Welcome everybody to Dr. Chef. Today we are going to be making delicious fried chicken. The first thing we need to do today is start on our buttermilk brine to get that chicken juicy and soft. And my wife is helping me here because, as you've seen in my previous videos, I am really terrible at chopping and she does an amazing job. So what we're going to do here is she's going to chop a quarter onion and 2 cloves of garlic very fine. Very fine is the key here, okay? Now let's start getting our dry ingredients together. So it is a brine, so we're going to need lots of salt. We're going to do about 2 tablespoons of salt. One, all right. 2. Salt component, just literally a pinch of sugar. You can do more if you like, but we're literally just going to add 1 pinch to help with the flavor. And then we need to fresh grind some black pepper, which I only have 2 hands, so we're going to do this. I'm using my chin as the active cameraman here. So some good fresh ground black pepper. Baby, is this talent or is this talent right here?
You're gifted.
I'm gifted, yeah, that's right. That's what they say. And then to that, we're also going to add me and my wife's favorite, some cumin. There we go. Yeah, okay. And then we need the buttermilk here. This recipe is done with, what is this? 1 pint. You can do with more. Oh, the cats are fighting in the background, if that's what you're hearing. Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow, they're really fighting. Ava, will you break that up?
Okay.
Pour in our buttermilk. All right.
Is this small enough, babe?
Look at that. Look how fine she did that. And she's working hard on Mother's Day. I tried to do it, but she made me let her cut. Okay? Because she's amazing. Yes, baby, that's perfectly fine. All right. And then we're just going to start mixing that up. We really, as it's a brine, we really want the salt and sugar to dissolve. Okay? And after this is all together, you need to let it sit minimum of 8 hours. I mean, you can do it less. 24 hours is optimal. We got that well blended. Get our onions in the brine. Oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. Okay, mix that together.
I can do the rest, babe.
Huh?
I can do the rest.
Yeah? All right. Look at the chopping of the garlic.
It has to be fine, right?
Fine, yeah. And then to that, we're going to add the drumsticks and thighs, which are our favorite. The thighs especially are me and Andrea's personal favorites. And it's going to be amazing. So we'll get that going. We're going to let it sit. And we'll be back for the final part of breading appropriately and frying. We'll go into the ins and outs of how to make that all perfect. Okay, our chicken has been sitting in the buttermilk concoction we came up with. It's nice, tender, and coated. Now we have the oil at about 300 degrees, which is where you want to maintain it. You need to get one of these thermometers if you're going to do it. Otherwise, it's nagging your mouse, but you can also get some of the electronic ones. It's really nice. It goes straight to your phone. You need to get a big, deep pan. Only fill it about half full because the chance of you boiling over and then starting a fire is large if you don't do that, okay? So in the mixture, we have about 2 to 1 flour to cornmeal and a little bit of baking soda to help make it a little crispier. All right? And then to that, we're going to add our poultry seasoning, some fresh cracked black pepper. These are all about teaspoon or half a tablespoon amounts. A little bit of mustard powder. A touch of cayenne. Ooh, that's a brand new bottle. Come back to that. Some garlic powder. Some onion powder. Some smoked paprika, one of our favorites. Cumin. Oops. Let's see if we can get that cayenne out. We'll be back in a second once I get the cayenne out, and we will start the next process. We have the mixture mixed well together. We have our chicken. I am gloved because this is messy and I don't want to get all messy. And then we'll start placing it gently one at a time. Do not put it all in there and then try to pour it in the oil. You're going to make a mess. You're going to start a fire. You take your chicken. Get the excess buttermilk off and into your flour. And just coat and coat. And coat and coat. You get any dry places, you know, make sure you get it well covered to get the crispiest, best piece of chicken. Just like that. And then gently slide that into your oil. One piece at a time. Now, like I said, you try to keep it at 350. You need to watch carefully. I have the heat off right now, or 300, sorry. I have the heat off. As I'm adding chicken, I'm going to turn it back up, and I'm going to try to maintain the temperature right at about 300 degrees. You notice we did not pre-cook the chicken at all. We're not just frying the outside. We're going to cook it with frying. Make sure it's well coated. Take off the excess. And gently into the fryer. The temperature's gone down a little bit, but we're still okay. So since we're doing it like this, we're going to cook the chicken all the way through in the fryer. The drumsticks take about 15 minutes and the thighs will take about 20. You'll get perfectly cooked through chicken at the end. That one didn't want to go under. There we go. That's why I'm doing the legs first, because they need a little bit less. And the temperature's still looking good. I'm just going to turn that on to like a 4. Alright. We're going to get the rest of that chicken in, and we'll see you at the end of the cooking process. It's going to be amazing. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good.
Okay.
Look at that cooking. It's amazing. Now, fried chicken is, the way we know, it's a relatively new invention, although we can trace frying back at least to the Middle Ages. It probably goes back further, but the first recorded history was deep frying fritters in Scotland and England, and also they would fry their chicken, but without any seasonings or anything like that, starting in like the 1600s. And then in West Africa, they were also frying chicken and other things in palm oil, but they're using things that were, you know, from the spice trails and stuff. to add depth of flavor and make it stay, make it last a little bit longer. And when the more modern frying techniques of the Scottish came in with the unfortunate slaves from West Africa, Southern fried chicken was born. Again, something from mixing of culture that created something so delicious. Unfortunately, in such a terrible event as slavery led to the advent of fried chicken. But there it is. That's where American fried chicken comes from. But it is good, it is delicious, but it has a really soiled history. But let's see what this is like in a few minutes. All right, here we have the final product, a golden, crispy, brown, delicious chicken. My wife has made some amazing mashed potatoes and asparagus for a side. To finish this chicken off, we highly recommend a little bit of lemon. All right. Also for the asparagus, because it's amazing. And then to finish that off, a little bit of hot sauce of your choice. I'll do that for my first bite. All right, let's see what we got here. Huh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry tears of pure joy. I wish this wouldn't shorten my life because I would eat it every day of the week. That is how good this fried chicken is. You look in there, every little morsel is dripping with juice. It is perfectly juicy. The crust is perfectly crispy. The flavor is amazing. With mixture with a little bit of lemon and spice. The spice in the crust. It doesn't get better than this. This is the best meal we've ever made. That's saying a lot. Oh my gosh. Well, that's it for Dr. Chef. Next week, a special camping episode we'll be bringing to you from Utah. See you next time.